I thought I'd take a week off from sharing my adventures during my annual leave. Didn't want to just put them 1 week after the other. Didn't want you kind of getting bored with kind of the same old type of video week after week for like 4 or 5 weeks. So I thought I'd produce something a little bit different, especially as there's one particular composition that I want to get before we leave winter. Spring, of course, is fast approaching. It's only a couple of weeks away now, so I've got to make sure I get this done. The idea for this video came from a fellow YouTuber, Shawn Heppenstall, and I really hope, Shawn, I've pronounced your surname correctly and I haven't just mangled it up entirely. I'll put a link to his YouTube channel down below, and I hope he doesn't mind me kind of producing a similar work to what he produced himself. But he put together a great video recently. Again, I'll put a link up on screen now for you. But what he did was, over the course of last year, he went out to one spot 4 times for each of the 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer, autumn, and captured that same shot over the course of the year. Because of course, an image can change so much from when you go to it from one point to another. And I thought to myself, what a brilliant idea that is. And I'm sorry, Shawn, like I say, I'm having to do something similar here. But I thought, I'm gonna have to go out, find a composition that would be perfect for doing similar. And it would be just great to share how that scene changes over the course of 2024. So today's video, I'm going to go and find a specific composition. I've got one in mind. I've been here before, so I've got a specific spot in mind, and we'll capture it for winter, and then we'll come back in spring, we'll come back in summer, and we'll come back in autumn, and hopefully we'll see a difference over the course of this year. So for obvious reasons, I don't want to just go straight to the obvious subject and not share my thought process. Because of course, while I've got one particular subject in mind to shoot for this video, I'm not going to completely discard any other options. And I've just been walking through this flooded field. Again, we're still getting so much rainfall at the moment that it's just ridiculous trying to walk around at the moment. And I've come across these long grasses just dotted around here. And they produce a brilliant composition, I think. We've got a tree just over on the right-hand side, which again, isn't too bad. I'm liking the idea of a lone-ish type of tree. But if we come over to the right-hand side, you can see we've got all these other trees in the background. I'm not a fan of the background, and why I like this as a shot, and I think I'll capture it in a minute, because we've also got the fence leading us across in the background. We've got blossom just appearing on a tree in the distance. Spring really is on the way. I don't think this works too well because, of course, the trees in the background, the whole scene will change over the course of the seasons. But will it change enough? Will we get all these grasses still here? We won't get the flooded ground. So I think whilst this will be a shot that I'll end up taking and end up sharing, I don't think this is the one. Another example I had really hoped to use today was, or something to think about, even though I think in the grand scheme of things it would be a bad idea, is I'm by the side of the river. If I walk in that direction, I'll come across the next town. And I know from Google Maps, from some images that I've seen on there, we've got loads of boats moored up on the side of the river. That was my next idea. Unfortunately, I can't get over there because the fields are absolutely flooded. The river's burst its banks and you can't get much further than the field I'm currently in. Secondly, I don't know if that would have been a good idea because, for obvious reasons, boats are moving subjects. You can never rely on them. What happens if I got along there, saw a particular subject that I really liked, saw a boat that I really liked, came back here in spring in, say, 2-3 months' time, and it was gone? What do I do then? So, whilst boats would have been a great shot, would have been a great subject matter to share with you, and I think I'll have to either find another way to get over there or come back another day. Oh, the absolute irony. I was in a rush for some reason this morning. Don't think I've packed my bag properly. Thought to myself, I'm not going to need any ND filters today, even though I was coming to a river. Of course I'm going to need ND filters. And the river today, I've never seen the current so fast, so strong, and so high. The river's really flooded its banks this morning, which is why it's been difficult for me to get to the field over in the distance. But just look at this. How perfect of a long exposure could that be if I timed the shutter perfectly? It's an obvious comment, but it's why when you go out, you make sure you pack your bag properly, because this is a missed opportunity. So the final subject that kind of crossed my mind with this location in terms of shooting it over the course of the 4 seasons is, of course, the bridge itself. I'm here at Teston Bridge. It's a beautiful old brick bridge you can see in the distance. Can't really get much closer today because of the flooding. And I thought this would be a decent subject to focus on as a last resort. Sorry for the focus, bad photography pun there. I thought it would be a good idea, but I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking, yeah, this would be a great example of showing the seasons, how it can change over the course of the year. Because I imagine if I came here again, there wouldn't be all this flooding. Well, I've been here multiple times and it's never flooded like this before. This is quite remarkable. So this subject could work in some regard. I'd love to come here during golden hour, sunrise coming up over the distant trees, or even sunset in that direction, still facing in that direction. Just the light glow illuminating the bridge. I think it'd be perfect, but not what I'm after for today. I'll grab another shot because I think this flooding here today is completely unique, and it's one I'll be disappointed if I didn't capture it, if I didn't have it on file. But it's not the winter shot for me. So far in this video, I've ruled out marshland or long grasses. I've ruled out boats, and I've ruled out a bridge. I think, and this is the reason why I've come here, because I don't want to just think of it, I don't want to just go to one spot and think about it narrow-mindedly, but I think there is a lone tree around here somewhere. And if I can go and find that, that'll be brilliant. I think I know of one in particular. So let's go see if it's still there, see if it's actually worth shooting, because if it's not, this whole video could well have been a waste. We don't want that, do we? We don't want that. Definitely not. So this is the lone tree that I had in mind when coming to this spot, making sure I don't fall over. We've got all these grasses here in the foreground, so it almost adds in the element of the grasses from that first shot that I mentioned, but it's just surrounded by nothing in this perfectly empty field. We've got a tree over to the right. I can ignore that. Don't have to worry about it because I can of course set the shot up so it's not in the frame. It's just about where do I want to, of course, set up the camera to take the image in the first place. Now I could go over to the right hand side and I can even get the bridge in as well, so I could get the two elements into the shot, but then it's not the lone tree on its own. Might have to shoot over on the right. Of course, I'm not a fan of filming in front of people, so I've come over to this part for the moment, just so I'm away from the road. At the same time, I am liking the angle of this scene. I might have to take a shot from over here. This won't be the winter scene itself, but I do like these grasses, and I think if I do go over into that direction, I'll be able to get the bridge in shot as well. So it's going to be a couple of shots that I'll capture, see how they all turn out, and then I'll put the final image up on screen, and that final image will be our winter composition, the one that we'll be coming back to in spring, in summer, and in autumn. So let's make sure we make the most of this opportunity, because this won't be the last time that I'll be coming back here, let alone in the next couple of months. Let's see what we can do. So that is our winter scene well and truly captured. We'll come back here in a couple of months, see if we can get the same composition only in springtime, see how much the scene changes over the course of the year. I think this is going to be a fun little project. So thanks so much to Shawn for giving me the idea. I'll put links to his video, to his channel down in the description. Make sure you go check him out. But for now, I think that's me done. I'll see you next week. I'll be back to the winter photography adventure, covering off day 4. So until then, it's bye from me.